The world of Formula One lives days of effervescence behind the scenes, even away from the tracks. As teams prepare for the final GPs of the season, another race, quieter but no less intense, unfolds in the FIA corridors and in the team leaders' meeting rooms. The discussions on the new engine regulation for 2026 have returned with full force to the agenda of the F1 Commission and are dividing opinions in an increasingly visible way. Although the hybrid engines of the future already have their contours defined, with a 50% division of power between internal combustion and electric energy, a new concern has emerged: the practical effectiveness of this equation in high-speed circuits. According to information gathered by motorsport.com, there is a fear that the cars will be out of battery on the long straights of tracks like Monza, Jeddah and Baku, making the races less exciting and even dangerously slow in certain sections. Although there is no mention of structural change in the hardware, proposals to limit the use of electric energy, reducing its power from 350 kilobars to 200 kilobar, have been debated, generating strong reaction of some weight names in the paddock. Christian Horner, head of Red Bull, said his team is not pushing for changes, despite being directly involved in the development of new engines in partnership with Ford. We asked to analyse this 2 years ago. The FIA has done its own research. If there is a risk of excessive acceleration and deceleration in the GPs, we need to support any initiative that improves the spectacle, defended Horner in a conciliatory tone. He made it clear that the goal should be to preserve the interests of the sport as a whole, and not individual advantages for particular teams. But not all have shown the same diplomatic spirit. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff did not spare words when reacting to the mere presence of the topic on the agenda of the Commission. "It's a joke," fired Wolff, who compared the content of the proposals with the involuntary humour found on social networks. According to him, after a recent meeting on engines, the return of the subject to the institutional debate seems more a noise than a serious initiative. For Wolff, stability and clarity of regulations are more important at this time than reopening technical discussions that should already be pacified. Andy Cowell, today at Aston Martin, has adopted a technical view, recalling that the challenges of hybrid energy are inherent in its nature. "It will be different, yes. Bad? I'm not sure. The important thing is that everyone is under the same rules," he said. Andrea Stella, head of McLaren, went beyond the technical side and touched on a strategic point: the need to keep the dialogue open between FIA and teams to ensure a solid and sustainable sports product. "The spectacle and health of business need to come first," warned Stella, supported by Ferrari's Fred Vasseur, who preached unity and open-mindedness to deal with the complexity of the biggest regulatory change ever seen in modern F1. Faced with so many divergent points of view, between ironies, pragmatism and diplomacy, one thing is certain: 2026 promises to be a watershed moment in Formula One. What do you think of this controversy? Should the FIA keep the original plan or revise the regulations to preserve the show? Comment below and take the opportunity to sign up on the channel so you don't miss any detail of the hottest F1 backstage.